this week. Did it finally catch up to you today?
I think the toughest part for me was to play 3 matches at night and then come up in a day session, which obviously is a lot different. I think Domi played all our matches during the day, so I think she was maybe more used to me, especially in that first set. I think I played well to get the lead in the second and getting 4-1, but that's true that from this point I start to feel a bit tired and not moving so quickly as I wanted to, but she played also very fast and extremely well, so she made me feel uncomfortable as well.
How's your ankle feeling today?
It was fine, it was just preventing, obviously on the hard court we have a lot of pressure on the ankle, so it was more prevention than anything, but of course playing all those long matches at the end maybe catch me a little bit back, but I think it was a great week for me. I really fought extremely hard on the court, and being back in the final this year, it's obviously extremely important for me. Before heading to Montreal and Cincinnati, it's great to have some wins and be able to play a final again here in Carlsbad was very important for me.
Marion, you played a lot of matches and won, lost, but you were emotional after the match. Why?
Yeah, well, you know, I always want to win, so obviously I'm disappointed because I was not able to do it, so I'm not going to be happy losing. But overall, if I look at the big picture, I think it was still a positive week for me. It was important to bounce back after French Open in Wimbledon. It has been quite disappointed, so I really wanted to heading back to Europe with a good week, a good strong week that I would be able to build on before Canada and Cincinnati. So it was important for me to really fight hard during this week, find a way to win the matches, even though I was not playing my best tennis. I think this mental toughness will help me to eventually get some great results to Canada, Cincinnati, and the US Open.
So you've met a lot of players on the tour over the years, and I understand she's a good friend of yours. What makes her such a special person?
Yes, we're very good friends since a while, actually. I think since 5 years, 6 years, something like that. I don't know, we get along very well. I think we have the same mindset on and off the court. We are obviously both of us some fighters. So you can see on the court today we're not really giving to each other many things, but I think it's also a great respect to show to your opponent that you're there to win as well. But we love to practice each other. We have the same mentality. We want to get better, and we never mind practicing. So I think we have pretty much the same character.
What was the toughest thing about switching from playing the night matches to playing during the day?
Well, I think during the day the ball are going to be faster, and also obviously the light. I mean, serving when you have this bright sun, and it's totally different than when we play at night. But honestly, yes, I don't know how many hours I spent on the court in 3 matches, but it was quite a huge amount, and I start to feel them today. Yes.
Marion, what's your perspective about the women's tournament at the Olympic Games?
Well, I will be watching it, which is unusual, but at least I will be able to rest and see the other one having to switch off first again and be back on grass before heading back to the States and hard court. So that will be, I think, a tough situation for everyone. But you know, I hope that the French girl will be playing will do well, and obviously I think Serena will have a great shot to get the gold medal.
Marion, do you expect Domi to end up as a top 10 player? She's been kind of getting close to it now for 3-4 years, but hasn't quite gotten there. If you do, or just tell me what she has to improve to get there.
Well, you know, I think the main thing to be inside the top 10, I know from last year, is the consistency. You have to play a lot of good weeks. You're going to have some weeks when you don't play so well, but you have to end up having a lot of great weeks. And I think last year I had 90 something matches at the end of the year. So you really have to be physically extremely strong and also be able not only on 1 week but maybe 10 to 12 weeks have some great results. And this is I think the toughest part. Obviously she has the game for it. Maybe the thing with Domi is, she's not that tall, so it takes her a lot of energy to play extremely well, and maybe she having some trouble backing up this kind of energy. But I think when she is on, like during this tournament, yes, she has definitely have able to be there. The thing is, again, it's just consistency, which make it extremely hard to be there.
A couple weeks ago, we saw Andy Murray kind of give an emotional concession speech, and a couple years ago, we saw Roger do the same thing. In Australia, you were a little emotional today. What's the hardest part about kind of having to stand on court, which is a bit of a rare thing in sport?
Yeah, it is extremely tough, especially when you're handing up with the second best. I think this is the worst spot to be. Because obviously you just want to leave the court as quick as possible, but in matter in tennis, there's always a winner and a loser, and you can't be even. So the thing is, one has to lose, and of course you don't want to be the loser, but it ends up sometimes you're just staying there with a losing trophy, and yes, I think when you're in the final, you just want to win the trophy, and I never quite saw a player being happy just losing the final. So I think we are just practicing all extremely hard, and all those hours you spend on the court and all those travel, and when you're just handing up losing, it's quite hard to take. But I think Andy is quite still happy about the whole performance in the Groningen club, and I'm sure 2 or 3 days after you kind of realize it was still a great tournament, but when you're